Assalamu alaikum students. We are back again in continuation of Vijaynagar, in continuation to study various aspects of Vijaynagar kingdom. And as of now, we have studied Vijaynagar political administrative structure with their rise, disintegration in complete detail. I don't think we have left any aspect with that regard. But today we are going to study one more important aspect of Vijayanagar kingdom, and it was only in 2021 a question was picked from here. So this becomes an important reminder for us that in future questions can also be picked from here. Now, you would be, I'm sure, that by learning about this fact, that the question in 2021 are asked, and if you have a proper analysis of previous papers, I'm sure one thing might have crossed your mind, that is, we about which topic we are speaking. And the topic, if you are not sure, don't be surprised, you'll soon note. The topic which we are going to discuss is very important topic, both for your preliminary examination as well as for your mains. I'll be taking both kinds of perspectives, be it for preliminary examination or one for mains examination to perspective, and take the topic accordingly. We'll have a first discussion. The whole topic will be around socio-cultural aspects of Vijayanagar kingdom. First, I will take social aspect of the Vijayanagar kingdom, and second, I will take the cultural aspect of the Vijayanagar kingdom. The cultural aspect of the Vijayanagar kingdom is so important and so immense and so quantified and qualitatively very important for your mains examination. Like they have defined as in one line of that syllabus, cultural aspects of various of ancient, medieval or modern India. And you have already had a question about this Krishna Deva's their patronage to literature previously from Vijayanagar kingdom. I believe it was in 2017, 2018. I'm not sure about it, but in these 2 years it was. A question was asked about Krishna Deva's rise. But there is still a scope, wider scope to ask the same question with a different heading, with a different intention, with a different thought, and we'll have a deliberation upon various thoughts. Then we'll try to reframe the question according to our understanding and according to the need of the examination, and we'll have a discussion similarly on that question. Now let's come back to our topic. Today, the topic which we are going to discuss is socio-cultural aspects of Vijayanagar Empire or kingdom. Please don't get bogged down by this fact that why do we use kingdom and empire often. It's up to your choice that what you want to say. Some books refer it to as empire, some books refer it to a kingdom. So for me it's a kingdom, it's not an empire, but I've written here empire. ठीक? Now let's have a discussion upon social structure first, then cultural aspect. Here we will be discussing various aspects. Please switch on this light. First aspect, was it an egalitarian society or non-egalitarian society? We'll say non-egalitarian in nature. Social conditions, social setup was non-egalitarian nature. How do we propose, how do we justify these points? Now, when we come to the justification of the same point, we'll have to justify it in the social and economic status. We'll be justifying on the basis of economic setup, economic status, and social status. ठीक. And when we try to juxtapose both of these, we'll have to justify our points. Now, what is the base of economic status? How do you see that they were non-egalitarian when it comes to their economic status? Please give a thought to it. Yes, there is unequal distribution of wealth. Very nice. Now, this means that you are on track because you are able to understand things and put the economic aspects in the economic nature of the same kingdom. Unequal distribution of wealth. Because as reflected in various literary sources composed by foreign travelers or indigenous sources or from the epigrams, we come to know that there was a significant distribution of wealth between royal family and the ordinary man. King, along with other royals, they used to enjoy various luxurious life. Their palace was splendid with, they used a splendid palace, highly ornamented, and besides these palaces, there used to work lot of women, domestic servants, lot of, it's common. If we go back, common understanding, difference automatically comes to us. Yes, there was a difference between different slaves used to work in their houses or different domestic servants used to work in these royal palaces. Some slaves were from abroad, some were concubines or prisoners of the war. But ordinary people, their life was simple. Their life was simple. If we go in, अगर उनकी घर उनकी देखे archaeological evidence या foreign travelers क्या कहते हैं हमें कि they use simple houses whose roofs were thatched, but they were built in a proper way. Means there was an unequal distribution of wealth between the royal family and ordinary man. Now, you can, if a question comes to your preliminary, you can distinguish. If a question comes in a mains, you can write about these things. Now, social status. Had the caste system percolated in South India? Yes, it had already percolated in South India. Like North India, we had a division, hierarchical division based on caste. Same four castes Brahmins at the top, Vaishyas, Shudras. And outside this fourfold division, we also had presence of jatis. Jatis means caste itself. We had outcasts. ठीक? Outcasts or untouchables. ठीक?
But NCRT uses jats differently.
Jatis, obviously, I will make you understand. And it is you have to first. This is the classification of Brahmins. Then Brahmins themselves get divided into various jatis. So this is a fourfold Varna system. Then this Varna culminates into separate castes which are known as jatis. ठीक? आया समझ? Outcasts. ठीक? Same privileges, same set of privileges, same set of emoluments, similar, not same, similar. The privilege that had been existed for various these various castes while we were studying earlier about various kingdoms. Similar privileges used to prevail here also, but you will not find anywhere, or you will find in most of the books, you will find something different. Brahmins were called by another name, Kshatriyas by another, Vaishyas by another. ताकि आप वहाँ डिस्टर्ब ना हो जाए, ये क्या है? ब्राह्मण को कहते थे विप्रुलु, ठीक? क्षत्रियास को राजुला, वैश्यास को मती करातालू, शूद्रास को नालाविद, नाला वचितवारू, ठीक? Do I have to discuss functions? No. Functions you almost know. No, grants, land grants were same while when we have studied earlier kingdoms. वहाँ भी land grants देते थे Brahmins को. Similar used to be done here also. Privileges used to be of similar nature. Kshatriyas again belonged to the ruling class. They had the ruling descent. And Vaishyas, the agricultural class or merchant class. Huh? And the function, Vaishudras, they were in service of other first three castes. Similarly, same thing was prevalent also here. ठीक? Is it okay? Shall we move further? Outcasts. And they used to, even अगर एक ही village में रहा करते थे, but they used to have a separate houses. Huh? Usually they did not mix up. Outcasts used to remain outside that hamlet. And same disabilities that were imposed earlier, similar set of disabilities were also present during the time of Vijaynagar kingdom. ठीक? आप ये नोट कीजिए, कमेंट हुआ है, हाँ? ठीक? Should I rub it? जितना आप मेंस एग्जाम में सब हेडिंग्स बना सकते हो उतना आपके मेंस में आंसर के अच्छे नंबर लाने के ज़्यादा चांस है। जितनी ज़्यादा सब हेडिंग्स होगी उतना उसको जल्दी जल्दी आंसर चेक हो जाएगा, और जितना आंसर जल्दी चेक हो जाएगा उतना उसके लिए अच्छा है। ठीक। What about women? What about stats of women? Position of women. Position of women. Studying a position of women is very important because every now and then we still hear about gender gap, huh? Gender poverty, gender discrimination, and we in India particularly this has its roots in our history. So what we do, we try to see the improvement with respect to past. So it becomes imperative for us to study where our women stood by that time and where they stand today. Please go through this global gender gap report, world gender gap report, or World Economic Forum, and try to assess what's the situation today, and try to assess the same situation and try to analyze it with respect to that in the past. Then you will have a proper foundational. Your foundational base will be stronger. Position of woman. What I can assess from various readings and from various books, what I can assess is that I can say the position of women was still ambivalent in nature. It had not improved significantly. Still, its condition was in doldrums, was miserable. Till now, sir, how do you justify these points? Is there no ray of hope, or do you not find any ray of hope, or do you not find anything which we can say that it's a sort of empowerment or emancipation had started during the Vijaynagar period? Yes, definitely. Definitely there were certain things that had improved over time during Vijayanagar kingdom, but not as such. Huh? But not that much. No. Shall we study about position of woman? And a question was asked in preliminary 2021 from this section. That's why I often say that UPSC does not, please do not fall into the trap of those mentors or those teachers who say that upar se karo ye ho jayega. No, there is a fight for a single point. There is a fight for a one after two decimal points, after three decimal points. So you should be comprehensively preparing each and everything. I don't say that you should prepare only culture and history, but your preparation should be holistic. That much holistic that you should be able to to cross your 100 score easily. Then comes a factor of luck. Luck shall have its own way to play there. Its own that will play its own way. But we will have to make our preparation holistic. ठीक? I'll be discussing it in various headings, subheadings. Huh? Women were trained in various literary works as well as other things, various other art forms as well. First, we'll come to about their academics or learning. See, in learning, where do we corroborate this fact that there was some learned woman? We find women astrologers judges wrestlers, accountants, I say women accountants. Would it be possible for a woman to act as a judge if she would not be read, if not formally but informally? Go means we have a reference that there is an evidence of learned women present during Vijaynagar kingdom. ठीक है? Similarly,
Bodyguards also.
yes, bodyguards as well. Why not? देखिए, एक तो मेरा ऑप्शनल हिस्ट्री है, ठीक, फिर भी मैं ये सवाल गलत करके आया। दिस इज व्हाट, ऊपर ऊपर से चीजें पढ़ने से क्या होती है। When I used to study position of women during Vijaynagar, I would go, मैं इस टॉपिक को ऊपर से ही, when I used to go through this, I know it was not that significant, still child marriage, still women, sati was prevalent, तो मैंने, मगर मैंने इस बात पे ध्यान ही नहीं दिया था कि एस्ट्रोलॉजर्स थे, स्टोरी उनको भी, वो भी एक ऑप्शन था जो स्टोरी ये बोलते हैं, उनको क्या बोलते हैं, तो वो देख लेना आप ऑप्शन। तो जब आप लर्निंग में, तो वो स्टोरी उसको बोलते हैं कुछ, वो भी ऑप्शन में पढ़ा हुआ था, स्टोरी टेलर उसको बोलते हैं, लिटरेरी इसका मीनिंग है, तो वो आप देख लेना। तो मैंने ऑप्शन, मैंने सोचा भी नहीं था कि नहीं ऐसी वुमेन विजयनगर में ऐसी वुमेन पाई जाती थी, ठीक है। तो इसलिए मैं बार बार आपसे ये कहता हूँ, जो भी आपको चीजें पढ़नी है एक ही बार अच्छी से समझिए, दूसरी बार सिर्फ रिवीजन करना पड़ता है। हाँ, we have an example from the learned woman Ganga Devi. She wrote, means राइटर भी थी, इसने क्या लिखा, मधुराय विजयम, और एक वुमेन पोइटस थी, उसका नाम क्या था, तिरुमालामा। वो पोइट थी, पोइटस। We have a significant information to corroborate our fact that we wrote here that yes, learned women used to be present in the times of then women also used to act as, they were employed, अगर उनकी एम्प्लॉयमेंट की बात करें, ठीक, they were employed as dancers in royal palaces, as well as they acted as devdasis. Devdasis in service of temple, huh? And these devdasis commanded a respectable position in a society. What did they command? Respectable position. They were even granted, they were even given land grants, they were even given maid servants for their upkeep, and even jewelry was also given to them. ठीक, this is where do we get the fact? Because Nunes says this. ये जो फैक्ट हमें कहाँ से मिलता है, रेफरेंस के लिए नुनिस से ही हमें ये फैक्ट मिलता है, ठीक है। Now, what about polygamy? It was prevalent. And mainly it was prevalent during amongst wealthy and royal families. ठीक, समझ आया? What about child marriage? Evidence is out there, huh? What about sati? Prevalent, not present, prevalent. ठीक, prevalent. And we have an evidence of sati also mostly from,
Child marriage is rare, no?
huh?
Child marriage is very rare. If you think about the reason, that's sati and polygamy.
One minute, I am not able to listen. Now see,
Was child marriage rare? or
it was common practice. From where have you read this here? No, it was common. Are we done with position of women? Now, tomorrow you will say me about their inheritance. That would be your assignment. Okay? About what about inheritance?
They didn't have it. Even if the husband died, they should have got that. Right?
No, I don't know. That you will see tomorrow. Now, let's come to about the amusements. क्या क्या ये पसंद करते थे अपने आप को अम्यूज करने के लिए? Hunting, singing, dancing, painting, and most importantly, wrestling. Fishing. ठीक, अगर हम ड्रेस ऑर्नामेंटेशन की बात करेंगे तो किससे ज्यादा ये कपड़े जो पहनते थे सिल्क एंड कॉटन क्लोथ्स वर मोस्ट यूज. ठीक है, हाँ,
Was it slick reserved for the upper classes?
हाँ,
Was it slick reserved?
yes. Perfumes, they also used to perfumes, flowers and ornaments used to be also. They also use perfumes,
The rituals.
flowers and various ornaments. What about their food habit?
Most silk used by the poor also.
No, silk has always traditionally been upper class fabric Food. This is very important. Food habits. Kings and general public. Kings and general public were mainly meat eaters. They ate all kinds of meat except oxen or cow. All kinds, huh? Except oxen or cow. Magar some sections, especially Brahmins, Jains, and Shaivites, they were vegetarian.
And what is rights? Jainas believe
Shaivites, no? Those who used to follow Shiva religion.
Shiva,
Where is that? Sevas or not Shaivites?
Shivites,
No, it is Saivite. Seva, S-A-I-V. Shiva, that's said in a common person. Now, don't confuse yourself into spelling. It is Saivites. Please.
Those
give-
Shivites.
Yes, those who adore Shiva as a god. They are known as Sevas or Shivites. Saivites. Now, we are going into an important topic, that is religion. In this social setup, we'll be discussing about religion. And I will be discussing this topic, this religion, in a very different style. I'll be posing a question. What about the religion? Because you can be asked in your interview, particularly if you are an particularly if you are from history optional or a history background. You know, there's a saying that Vijaynagar kingdom, it's often said I know you are getting tempted. it's it's often said, isn't it? I can feel your pulse. Huh? One loud sound or one point drop is affecting your heartbeat very fast. It's often said that Vijayanagar kingdom was citadel of Hindu conservatism. Don't get bogged down by this statement. It simply means they promoted Hindu culture to a large extent. But that's not the case. Yes, they were Hindus, they did a lot of so many things which promoted Hinduism, but we have a reference from Domingo Pais where he gives a clear reference of tolerance accommodation present in society. ठीक? Now, let's discuss this question. Let's say yes first, then we go with Let's support our arguments. Should we? They were earlier cheaply Savites. Means they used to worship Shiva, which is which means that they belong to a Hindu mythology. ठीक? They belong to them because Shiva and religion we associate it with religion, Hindu religion. ठीक? Isn't it? Later, later rulers, the Sangama dynasty rulers, they used to mainly adorn Shivites. But later rulers also started to adorn Vishnu. We can say they were chiefly Shivites, but also Vishnu was also worshipped. Vishnu, ठीक? And Vishnu became their god. Later जो kings थे ना, रायाज थे about विजयनगर kingdom, वो mainly क्या थे? Vaishnavites. क्या थे? तो मगर पहले क्या थे वो? संगमा डायनास्टी के आसपास जब वो थे किंग्स, वो क्या थे मेनली? और जब ये शेवाइट्स थे उस वक्त विरूपाक्षा who was considered as a manifestation of Shiva. ठीक है? He was their main god. क्या था? विरूपाक्षा ना? हम तो गॉड का नाम नहीं हो सकता है. ठीक है? He was their family deity. Huh? And later Vaishnavism came under the influence of Vaishnava saints. ठीक है? Later पहले क्या थे? चीफली ये शिवाइट्स. ठीक? और लेटर ये किससे इन्फ्लुएंस हो गए? वैष्णविज्म से. ठीक है? और ये दोनों क्यों? क्योंकि वैष्णव स्कॉलर्स लाइक रामानुजा और माधवा, they had a significant influence upon these Vijaynagar rulers. तो ये दोनों को रामानुजा का वैष्णविज्म ज्यादा पॉपुलर था. Ramanuja's Sri Vaishnavism. He was a Bhakti philosopher, you will come to know that. Huh? Sri Vaishnavism. Very popular, very common and popular. But माधवा का देवता सिस्टम भी अच्छा खासा मानते थे. ठीक है? ज्यादा पॉपुलर कौन था? रामानुजा का श्री विष्णु. ठीक? आप तीनों के तीनों वहां ही जाना, यहाँ नहीं आना कोई. ठीक? देवता सिस्टम. हाँ, ये हमें सपोर्ट कर रहा है ना अपनी इसको आर्गुमेंट को. Now, second argument I'll place in the yes side would be lot of Hindu architectural activity. ठीक? यहाँ बहुत सारे टेम्पल्स बनाए गए, हिंदू टेम्पल्स बनाए गए, और साथ ही में क्या बनाए गए? साथ में रिपेयर भी किए गए। एक तो नए टेम्पल्स बनाए गए, नई एडिशंस की गई, और साथ ही में क्या किया गया, रिपेयर किया गया। ठीक है। और तीसरी बात जो मैं सपोर्ट में कहूंगा, दैट इज various religious texts were compiled and commentaries on those texts were also compiled. ठीक है, various religious texts plus their commentaries. Similarly, अगर हम पांचवा पॉइंट इसको जोड़े, privilege to Brahmins मीन्स वैदिक कल्चर को ये ज्यादा प्रमोट कर रहे थे, ठीक ना। वो वैदिक रिलीजन और हिंदू रिलीजन को यहाँ बहुत सारा प्रमोशन मिल रहा था इनके किंग्स के द्वारा। तो ये हमारा एक आर्गुमेंट था जो हम सपोर्ट कर रहे थे कि ये स्टेटमेंट जो हमने लिखी ये उसके हिसाब से सही है। ठीक है, अब हम इसका काउंटर आर्गुमेंट कोशिश करेंगे लिखने, हाँ, ताकि हमारा बैलेंस्ड व्यू पॉइंट रहे। काउंटर आर्ग्यूमेंट क्या में लिखेंगे कि नहीं, इट्स नॉट ओनली दे यूज्ड टू अडोर ओनली दीज रिलीजियस गॉड्स शिवा वैष्णव, बट सादा शिवा राया जिसकी हमें एग्जांपल लेते हैं, he followed a liberal policy and used it to adorn all. He worshipped Shiva, Vishnu, गणेशा। ठीक, जैनाज भी, उनको भी प्रोटेक्शन मिलती थी, किनको, जैन्स को। इट वॉज नॉट ओनली अबाउट द हिंदू रूलर्स, इवन कि मुस्लिम्स को एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सेटअप में एम्प्लॉय किया गया। और हमें काफी ज्यादा एग्जांपल्स मिलती है मुस्लिम मॉस्क्स की भी। ठीक है, वो हम वहीं उसी में लिखेंगे जब हम कल्चर पढ़ेंगे। ठीक है, हमें मॉस्क्स की कंस्ट्रक्शन मिलती है। और साथ में हमें डोमिंगो बारबोसा क्या बोलता है, जो कृष्णा देवा राय के वक्त था, वो बोलता है, किंग अलाउज सच फ्रीडम that every man may come and go and live according to his own creed without suffering any annoyance and without whether he is a Christian, Jew, Moor or Hindu. Means हमें टॉलरेंस की अच्छी खासी, अकोमोडेशन की अच्छी खासी एग्जाम्पल मिलती है इसके दौरान हाँ, विजयनगर के दौरान। अगर हमने बोला रिलीजियस टेक्स्ट को कंपाइल किया गया, तो साथ ही में हमें पता है कि बहुत सारा सेक्युलर लेक्चर भी लिटरेचर भी कंपाइल किया गया। ठीक है, अगर हमें बताया गया कि टेम्पल्स बनाए गए, मगर साथ ही में कल्चर में आप देखेंगे टेम्पल्स के साथ साथ बहुत सारा सिविक लिटरेचर भी है, सिविल आर्किटेक्चर भी साथ में। ठीक है, अगर हमें बताया गया कि ब्राह्मण्स को प्रिविलेज दी गई, हाँ, उनको बड़ा रेस्पेक्टेबल पोजीशन कमांड दिया गया, मगर साथ ही में हमें यह भी याद रखना है कि ब्राह्मण्स को वो प्रिविलेज ज्यादातर इसलिए दी जाती थी क्योंकि वो मॉडरेटिंग इफेक्ट या मॉडरेशन का काम करें एज पर द रिलेशन विद नायक्स इज कंसर्न। Go, we have a counter argument also. We cannot purely say, yes, we can say that the Hinduism got an impetus during Vijaynagar kingdom and they contributed significantly to the Hindu culture. But at the same time, we have our literature or this excavations, archaeological point to the accommodating and the tolerance in the society. Because to have a moderate relationship, because they had a moderation moderate relationship with Nayaks. In order to gain over Nayaks, Rayas used to give privileges to such that they can act as intermitters. ठीक? This is how we balance our opinion. So these balances have to be created in our answer also. Like that web series is called, the positive approach has to be developed. This will be all for today. I had hoped that we'll study also about the culture, but culture, that's a separate thing. We'll have to take another class for that. We're left with culture and economic part of the Vijaynagar kingdom. I believe that you understood and had a most of this lecture today. This is very important lecture as per your preliminary and mains exam concerned. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.